You don't have to wait until you're lying on the kitchen floor in the fetal position. If you get choice and resource, if you are able to, and it doesn't have to be professional therapy, it could be talking with your mates, it can be talking to a complete stranger. But being able to relieve some of that pressure, that stuff from the past that's stored in there, because it became very clear to me very quickly, again, assisted by conversations through therapy, how much kids can pick up on energy. What's he on about now? He's talking about energy. But it's not only a real thing. I had no idea. But every single time I went to work and when I came back, if I was stressed, the moment that I held Archie, he would start crying. Do I parent my kid or kids the same way that I was parented as well? And if what can I use that's been really good for my own experiences, and what can we evolve and what can we improve on?
Every day for 10 years, I have been bullied and attacked. And I was the most trolled person in the entire world. Man, woman. I'm still here. And so when I think of all of you and what you're experiencing, I think so much of that is having to realize that no, that industry, that billion-dollar industry that is completely anchored and predicated on cruelty to get clicks, that's not going to change.
When I was invited to speak at this summit, I wasn't sure whether I was expected to speak as someone who, despite everything, has their shit together. And in my experience, loss is disorientating at any age. Grief does not disappear because we ignore it. It's experiencing that as a kid while in a goldfish bowl under constant surveillance. Yes, that will have its challenges. And without purpose, it can break you. Failure, if you're willing to learn from it, can become one of your greatest teachers. War changes you, and those experiences can very easily follow you home and can trigger trauma from decades before. Stress can be managed, but only if we are honest enough to recognize it. And becoming a husband and a father has a way of focusing perspective and purpose. Real purpose can steady us when very little else does. And while I'm being so open with you, there have been many times when I felt overwhelmed. Times when I felt lost, betrayed, or completely powerless. Times when the pressure, externally and internally, felt constant. And times when, despite everything going on, I still had to show up, pretending everything was okay so as not to let anyone down. Well, some of those experiences were unique, but the feelings that came with them were not. Well, the building of resilience came really through the training. Afghanistan was really just to get away from all the media.
Where does that come from, this sense of public duty, and why is that important to you?
I was born into it. And
but you can get born into it, and then there's real passion for it. And you've got...
Sure, yeah, there's having to do it, and then there's choosing to do it, for sure. But for me, after my mum died just before my 13th birthday, I don't want this job, I don't want this role, wherever this is headed, I don't like it. It killed my mum, and I was very much against it. And I stuck my head in the sand for years, fingers in the ears, blah, 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 don't want it. And eventually I realized, well, hang on, if there was somebody else in this position, how would they be making the most of this platform and this ability and the resources that come with it to make a difference in the world? And also, what would my mum want me to do? And that really changed my perspective. And then I realized, wow, actually, helping other people is also helping me.